Good day, everyone. So, we are now on our lesson 16 in this complete AutoCAD training course 2D and 3D. So, in this lesson, we are going to focus in creating our property lines and firewall lines based on our given floor plan. Okay? So, on our previous video, we have created this guidelines and we have used the offset command to create these lines. Okay, first we start from creating our construction line, then we offset our reference line to create the next lines, both vertical and horizontal lines. And we use trim command to remove the unnecessary lines in our design. Okay, so now we are going to focus on property line and the firewall line. Okay, so first we will create our property line, and our property line is here, 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 and here. Okay, so uh, since this is a guideline, you can just click your property line, then convert it to property line. Okay, so before we convert it from property line, it is a guideline. But now we created we converted it to a property line. Okay, so how do we know if it is already changed into a property line? Okay, so our current layer is in guideline and we can turn it off or hide it so that we can see the other layer, and when we click this line it will change into property line because we converted it from guideline to property line. Okay, so this is the property line of this uh, floor plan. Okay, so now we are going to create our firewall line, and based on the floor plan, this is the firewall starting from this to this, and it has the thickness of 0.15 meters. Okay, so since we already have the lines for our firewall, we can just offset this line to the left by 0.15 meters to create our firewall. Okay, so before we convert it from property line to firewall line, we can offset this before doing or converting it to firewall line. So since the thickness of the firewall line is 0.15 meters, so we're going to specify the distance of 0.15. Select the object, then offset it to the left since it is internal. Okay, so now this is the firewall line, and now we can convert it from property line to firewall line. Okay, select the object, convert to firewall line. Okay, so since the color has been changed, indicating that it is already converted. Okay. So now we have the property line and the firewall line in our floor plan. So if you want to hide the property line, click this turn off or off layer. Okay, and we can close this by creating line in the both side of the figure or the line. Okay, so now this is the firewall of our floor plan. Okay, so that's the importance of using layer, especially when you are creating a project like this wherein it has different parts that you want to highlight, and using layer is one of the most useful command or procedure in creating such project. Okay, so let me turn on again the guideline layer to show our guideline layers or guidelines. Okay, so now in our plan, we have three layers that we already used. First is the guideline, and this is the layer for guideline. Then the property line, and this is the layer for property line. And then the firewall line, and this is the layer for firewall line. Okay, so that's how you create or use different layers in AutoCAD, and we have created three layers or three we have used three layers, and that's it for this video. I hope you have learned something from this, and see you on our next video.